very pleasant evening to all of you. Good evening. I am indeed very happy to invite for this solemn occasion. We'll call it as a solemn occasion because 1000 days in Rajanivas especially is like a millennium. One day goes like a 1 year. So when we were thinking about how to name the book, we found difficult to name it because we said 1K or 1000, then finally we made it, let us make it 1000 days. But really speaking, it's like a millennium, 1000 years. Kind of a rich experience. Rajanivas has metamorphosed into People's Nivas. Truly, it became a People's Nivas, Lok Nivas, Jan Nivas. All hues and shades of, convictions, faith, social strata, people came and they have been welcomed warmly, and everybody had a place in Rajanivas. Friends, this is only to recall in the memory lane what really went from Rajanivas and what we received towards Rajanivas last 1000 days of our beloved Honorable Lieutenant Governor's tenure here so far. I wish that this memorable days will continue to bring prosperity to Puducherry. On the occasion of 1000 days of Honorable LG's tenure here, a photo exhibition has been organized in the lounge of Rajanivas. Also today, 2 books are being released. One is on 1000 days. It's kind of a documentation what Rajanivas did for the last 1000 days. The other is about the best practices of 1000 days. I would say this is second edition. Earlier also we brought a book on best practices.
Another pleasant day and a second opportunity to have a brief talk about the second edition of the best practices. So yes, I was the author for the first edition. This time I am just a co-author. All the credits to Asha, so who took the pains to create the other parts of the second edition. The first edition, of course, when we spoke, rightly Chief Secretary Sir had said, we spoke one of the most important thing of 1000 days. In fact, the other day when we are talking, what's that one practice that stands out? So there was no difference of opinion. One practice that stands out is the open house. The open house has stood out as one of the best practices. So ma'am keeps repeating that to all the heads of departments. Have a standard time for your open house. Let the people know the doors are open, we can approach your office. Because as rightly said by our OSD, so he was telling, government office is something which is alien to the public. We are there to deliver public service, but the public fear to step into any government office. The first thing is wear an aura. And that aura is not seen in Rajanivas. Even when Rajanivas started the open house, so we ourselves had a different opinion. We thought it will be only educated will come here. No, no. It was a totally different dimension. Today, it's the illiterates, the very downtrodden who just boldly These gates never were opened. It was just an exclusive opening for selected citizens. It's just open now. They come in, they have a small tea, and there they are inside. Even we hesitate to talk to LG so much, but they come to talk without any fear. There are many occasions. It's like we are privileged to be part of the open house team, standing beside. We have seen how things are solved. As Sir said, the OSD said starting, it's conviction and faith. So Chief Secretary had, during that, when we inaugurated the first edition, he said, it's the faith of the citizen who comes here. So the faith, that faith is upheld. So really, we work with conviction to solve the grievance, and they have that faith. Of course, there have been many light incidents also, because there is this incident where one person came crawling, and suddenly ma'am said, he's smelling of alcohol, take him off, take him off. So we have all sorts of incidents, but yes, it's been one different practice which has changed the Rajnivas. People come here with the faith, and yes, there is a team. Of course, one of our big man is not here. There were two ma'am had the gift of having. One was Mr. Amurthalingam, who used to follow up. Now we have another, Dr. Bhaskar, who follows it with equal conviction. So this time what we have added more, apart from the last this thing is, one is where the new practice has started, which is the one-on-one meetings with the secretaries as well as the directors and the departmental visits. This is another new practice. Normally, yes, normally the way, so where it's, ma'am keeps stressing, have your one-on-one with your line officers, second line officers, because it's always been, learning has always been, look at your peers horizontally or look vertically up to your senior officers. But learning doesn't stop with the upward look and the sideway looks. It also starts when you start looking down, because your subordinate also can give you wonderful ideas where ma'am keeps telling, I come to you and I learn more. So sitting at apex doesn't mean we know everything. Learnings can come from all the quarters, from all 360 degrees. It's not always peers and superiors. So that's another new practice that was started, which was departmental visit. And then, yes, the RTA Act says proactive disclosure. So where everybody is expected to disclose everything in their websites, whatever is the schemes, whatever it is. So we here in Rajnivas has started every week on Saturday, whatever happens, what is the files that have been cleared. So every file that's cleared, so OSD, so in his office, his private secretary ensures that on Saturday, the files that had come to Rajnivas, the date of its receipts and the date it's cleared. So how many days it has resided in Rajnivas? Is it inordinate or was it cleared expeditiously? So everything is now open. So everything is open. So transparency at its hallmark, we are following it. Of course, there is still scope and there will be scopes for improvement. Yes, and another thing is wherever department visits are there, so where we have started this self-evaluation. So self-evaluation, yes, it's created ripples. It's created its share of controversy, but whatever it is, we have seen that whenever opportunity has been given to the officers and staff to self-evaluate them, they've always come forward. They've always come forward. Maybe before the exams, there are these nerves, but after the exams, it's all broad smiles. It's all broad smiles and broad acknowledgements and says, yes, it gave us an opportunity to refresh. Now we feel confident of ourselves. We can do a better service. So self-evaluation is something which is new. Another one of the new practices that we started. Awards and recognitions, yes, it was there, but the Water Rich Awards and other things were some of the new initiatives that were taken. So these are some of the important additions to the earlier edition. Of course, our earlier edition has the 101, the 10 a.m. meeting with the team, core team. It has everything. It has our open house. It has the weekend rounds. All those are there. So the books will be in your hands. Please do read it. And I hope the best practices will only be practiced by all other HODs and others who are here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Good evening, Puducherry. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். I'm very excited to share some ideas on leadership today. First of all, I would like to congratulate ma'am for successful completion of her 1,000 days in her office. And it's a great day for me because I'm speaking from the land of Puducherry, a great soil where Mahakavi Bharatiya lived here for some years. When he had problem with British, he stayed for few years here, and he did lot of work on literature. And today is also a great day because it coincides with the World Thinking Day. So today is really a great day, and it's a great opportunity for me to share some ideas and insights on leadership.
Colleague secretaries, colleague officers, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, we had a couple of days sessions earmarked for leadership, and most of the secretaries were invited to express themselves, and the interactions took place, a lot of learning took place. Today's session has been indeed a very nice session. Apart from the typical things which are mentioned in the sessions like this, certain basic things were shared which one can use in our day-to-day life. For example, on learning. Our most of the focus is always on learning, but unlearning is equally important, because as we go along, certain negativity, certain thoughts, certain stories just catch hold of you, and if they carry along, it is not a good thing. So certain things have to be just shedded, like a snake sheds his skin. So that is where this concept of Shiva is very important. It is a notional. It is not that somebody is destroying, property or chair or something of that sort. It is a philosophy of very higher order, that you have to keep on learning. What is not required, discard it. So many thanks to Professor Rao. It was a really pleasure to listen to you. All of us, I am sure, must have benefited. I was just wondering this, 1,000 days, and then I somehow realized that we hardly talk about 10 days, we hardly talk about 100 days, we also don't talk about 1 lakh or 1 million, because that becomes too big. I divided 1 lakh by 365, it came several years, more than the life. So 1,000 is very optimum kind of a landmark which you can see in your life more than once. So that is why 1,000. That is why sometimes we also say Hazar bar tumhe suna, Hazari Lal. So it's a very common word, because it brings you nearer to the range in which we operate. So now Honorable Lieutenant Governor has completed 1,000 years. It is certainly a landmark. In fact, in her working, every day is landmark. But if it is multiplied by 10,000, 1,000, so sorry, not 10,000, 1,000, it is certainly amplified by 1,000 times. So thank you, ma'am. I have nothing more to say. Thanks.
I,
Kiran Bedi,
do solemnly affirm that
do solemnly affirm that
I will faithfully discharge the functions of the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Pondicherry
that I will faithfully discharge the functions of the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Puducherry on behalf of Raj Nivas, all of you present here, each one of you, public officials, citizens of Puducherry, people of Puducherry, Team Raj Nivas, want to thank Dr. Rao that you spared your very valuable time for all of us. We've taken a part of your day when you may have been writing, you may have been reading, or you may have been deleting. God knows. But we took some of your time that you came all the distance and enriched us with your ideas. We've been reading, we were also readers about you, and as you know, we have leadership series here, and we are always looking out for people who can come and inspire us and renew our energies, and you've done that for us. I'm very grateful to our Chief Secretary, who found the time out of his very, very busy schedule. I don't know which meeting he's left, but he's come for us to release a book which is full of bombshells. You haven't seen inside yet. The cover is very deceptive. So once you get the book, when you leave, then you really know what is odds and what is against the odds and despite the odds. It's a documentation, it's a history, which it was very, very essential to be honest about it. So this is a very honest documentation of odds and against the odds. Friends, all I would say is, in leadership, when I add to Mr. Rao, and let's understand what we as Raj Nivas does. We do energy management. The secret of ours is energy management with the purpose we have. Everything's linked with the time of the day and the energy we have. If it's morning, it has a purpose, and it's all got the energy. And it's got evening, it's got a weekend. So Raj Nivas, we didn't read it in the book, Dr. Rao, but I think it's the challenge here in Raj Nivas is brought this for us. How do we manage the day, the purpose for what it is, and where is our energy and how much health we have. In the end, it's all about how healthy one is, mind, body, soul, to give it for the purpose one is for. So for us, a definition of leadership is purpose, your purpose, the person you are, which is the health in you, and then the energy which you divide your. So all our good practices have come out of these three things. There's a purpose for 10 a.m., there's a purpose for open house, there's a purpose for the weekend round, there's a purpose for 101, there's a purpose to visit your offices around. There's purpose in everything we do. So therefore, this is what I believe in as a person, as a lay person who's not done leadership courses. I've not done any MBAs. The police training school, when I was in National Police Academy, MBA management was still not a course. It was still not a course. It was evolving as a management course. It's after I trained in 1972. In 1972, where was MBA? Where was the factor of MBA? Nothing. The management courses were just being talked about, and we didn't even have a paper on management. And look at the explosion of management. So what was it that we brought individually to our jobs was the purpose for which we are and the person who we are. So if the person and the purpose is in alignment, and if the purpose and the person is oriented towards giving and not taking, what it is to give. For us, the Lieutenant Governor's Office and the Raj Nivas stands for giving. All the time giving. And as much as possible. And by everybody who matters. Everybody. From the person who serves us the dinner, upstairs, to anybody who is involved. That's why you call it the team Raj Nivas. Because without the team, it is nothing possible. And that's why if you need, you would be surprised, Dr. Rao, that the lady who is standing next to Vijay is a volunteer. He's Vijay's wife. She's not contributed anything by us. She's put her heart and soul with the husband. That's all. Her name is Flower, the little flower. Come here. She is wife of Vijay. She volunteers for her husband. Imagine. And she gets nothing from us. This is that lady. And she's not qualified. Friends, she's not qualified in editing and in. She's helping her husband. From the day Vijay came in, she started to follow him. And she works for him. Works with him, not for him. With him. This is what I'm saying. The secret of Raj Nivas is energy generation. And put your heart in it. That's all. So therefore, for us, you're a real leader. What is the secret of your coming and helping Vijay? Come. Come, stand on the stage. For me, you're the leader. Come. Tell us, why are you supporting Vijay?
Because
Because
I am
no, she knows in English. Come on, because
of
why are you supporting Vijay? Why are you not at home? Why are you with Vijay here?
I am interested with
Ah.
work with Vijay.
right.
That's why I am coming.
Yes.
And then I know you all.
You said you are interested.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you interested in?
I'm interested with you working.
Okay.
That's why I came
No.
here. Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
I'm in home. Vijay, tell new governor is coming. Kiran Bedi. Oh my God, I read about in my school days, Vijay.
Oh, okay.
He is the first woman IPS. I'm also like.
No.
That's why I love you, ma'am. That's why I like.
No. That's not the reason. I'll tell you the reason. I think the reason was Vijay needed her. Vijay was looking for something to work with, and she stepped in. She's not qualified. In fact, she doesn't have a certificate in editing, and she's done it, friends. What I'm saying is, she's giving us her energy because of the love of it. The Rajnivas generates love and giving. So that's what I'm saying. I want to thank each one of you. That's the way we thank everybody here. Morning, afternoon, we thank the birds. We thank everybody, and they all come in all colors, by the way. They are black and white, and they're brown, and they're green, and they're mixtures, and we love them. In the morning, you get up at 4, we get up at 6 here, and draw all the energy from these trees. And once we got them all, we shoot them, we share them, and we distribute energy. So I think that is also inherent leadership. We did not know the definition of leadership, but thank you for defining it for us. And we realized we are exactly somehow doing something what you have academically researched. So each one of you, my friends, thank you for joining us. Take a book available, right? Is Asha making a book available? The both good practices in this? Each one of you are a part of the 1,000 days. That's why it was essential that you all join in, because you all contributed to this 1,000 days. You were a partner, part and parcel in every day what we did, whether from here or from the road. And that you have actually added joy and a sense of accomplishment. I can tell you, as Neeti Reddy rightly said, you've added joy to our lives, accomplishment. Because any time we went, even today this morning when I was with the Directorate of Education, we saw how they'd implemented what we'd shared with them and how they were further thinking ahead to take. It makes our life purposeful, because that's our whole purpose, is to give and take, learn from each other. And that to what? One purpose, prosperous Puducherry. A better Puducherry, a more systematic Puducherry, a more public-serving Puducherry. And I think that's what we are achieving. It may be acknowledged in some places, it may not be. That's an external dependence. Rajnivas is not dependent on external appreciation or dependence. It is believing in what is the right thing to do at the right time with the right amount of energy at any cost. At any cost. Because we owe this work as a duty to be done for the benefit of this country. So therefore, each one of you have contributed, given us your strength, your energy, your support, your friendship, your appreciation in any way, and even the sense of knowledge and learning you have, and we every day benefit from you. Therefore, one thank you is not enough, is a 1,000 thank yous to each one of you. Thank you.